Tonight, I am sad tonight. I don't have a job to find. And if I bleed tonight, if I am sad tonight, I don't have a job to find. And if I wait tonight, I'm so tired tonight. I fall asleep when I'm home. When I'm nowhere to go, no one that can see through that shine of your eyes. If I bleed tonight, if I am sad tonight, I don't have a job to find. And if I wait tonight, I'm so tired tonight, I fall asleep when I'm home. I was so wrong, I was so blind, I was so dumb and out of time. I was so wrong, I was so
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to I cannot speak. Welcome to FPW, everyone. We got a match card tonight, HRD.
Indeed, we kick it off with Tim Gainey versus a brand new competitor in Romano making his FPW debut. And then following with that, we have Chris Punk, 1/3 of Cruise Control, going up against Live Puma. And you do not want to miss this. Jofae is going to follow him about his security team that he announced last week, kicking off FPW. And then we're going to have Christopher going up against Samuel Burton. Oh my goodness, Agent Shield, that's going to be a good match. And then the main event is Benjamin Sky versus Time.
Indeed, what a main event. Again, welcome everyone. And I cannot wait for this. Fantasy professional wrestling. Oh my goodness, we have popped off. And I am proud of that, HRD. I'm proud.
Absolutely. We are kicking things off with Gold Digger right here.
Indeed, indeed. It seems like Gold Digger wants to maybe speak a little bit about what's been going on. He did beat Vincent Vaughn 2 weeks ago at Heartbreak Havoc, HRD. What a match that was.
Absolutely. And I believe this is Vincent Vaughn's first appearance here in FPW since that grueling match
Gold
he had.
Digger.
Or excuse me, Gold Digger. This is his first appearance that we've had since he had that grueling match with the villain Vincent Vaughn at Heartbreak Havoc. And oh my goodness, you know, with that flaming table, you know he had to take a little bit of time off to recover.
Oh yeah, indeed, indeed. Vincent Vaughn is not injured, severely injured at least, but he is still at home recovering after that grueling matchup. I mean, I do not blame him. That had to hurt. But anyways, here comes the PHOENIX Prospector, Gold Digger.
Absolutely. It's going to be very curious to see what Gold Digger has to say to the FPW fans tonight, because, you know, I'm pretty sure his mindset is that the villain Vincent Vaughn is far behind him. So this is going to be very curious to see what he's going to have to say here tonight.
Indeed, indeed. I can't wait to see this. We got quite a match card tonight. Tonight is the first time, I believe, that we only had one-on-one action. So that's going to be interesting. This is a bit of a unique night, it seems. But anyways, Gold Digger now, intensity in his face. He looks determined here. And let's see what Gold Digger has to say.
All right, here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen of FTW, I stand before you today grateful for the opportunity to wrestle for you and make my dream come true. Thank you.
A fan favorite?
I also want to acknowledge the fact that I'm grateful I put that young blood, Vincent Vaughn, through a flaming table 2 weeks ago at Heartbreak Havoc.
Great match.
I'm grateful because when I rewatched that match, I realized that Vincent Vaughn is finally behind me. And now I can focus on my future. And that future is the FPW World Championship.
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, hold on just just a
Gold
second.
Digger saying his future's the FPW World Championship. But if you remember last week, HRD, Hunter told Sakamoto to watch his back.
Oh, this is going to be really interesting to see. You know, Gold Digger, I gotta give you props for beating the villain Vincent Vaughn at Heartbreak Head. I must say, you got lucky.
This business ain't about luck, boy. It's about hard work. A digging beat. Something you wouldn't understand. I've spent years striking gold, and now I'm gonna break souls until that FPW championship is mine.
Powerful words there.
That's funny, Gold Digger, because the only thing you're digging is your own grave if you think you can stand a chance against me. The FPW World Championship isn't some shiny rock you can just stumble across. That championship is earned through blood, sweat, and dominance. And let me just say something about myself. I dominate.
Dominating words from the ring general.
Oh, I know all about dominance, Hunter. I've dominated the mines, I've dominated Vincent Vaughn, and I'll dominate you. You might call yourself a hunter, but when the dust settles, you'll just be my next claim.
Pig words from a man who's been living in the dirt his whole life. But while you were playing Prospector, I was out here sharpening my skills in this ring, taking down everyone in my path. And that FPW World Championship, it has my name written all over it. And I'm not just gonna let some washed up gold miner steal my moment.
Washed up, boy, I ain't washed up. I'm gold-plated. And when I strike, it ain't just with a pickaxe. It's with power, precision, and the kind of grit you can't handle. If you want to stop me, you better bring more than just words.
Oh, I'll bring everything I got. But when I put you down, just remember, it wasn't the mines that buried you. It was me.
Wow! Those words between both competitors. Oh my goodness, HRD. Wow!
Oh my goodness, that was some tense war of words between these two competitors. And oh my goodness, this is going to be very interesting to see if these two get in the ring and all the FPW championship scene is packed.
Indeed, indeed. I can't wait to see what's going to happen there, HRD. That's interesting. But anyways, I wonder what Sakamoto is thinking about all this. I'm wondering if we can get an interview with Sakamoto at some point. That would be good. But anyways, we're setting off for our first one-on-one action between Tim Gainey and the debuting Tony Romano.
Absolutely. This is going to be very exciting to see. You know, this Tim Gainey competitor, we've said this quite a bit recently every time he has wrestled. Tim Gainey is on a hot streak on FPW, and it's going to be very interesting to see if this hot streak is going to continue with the arrival of a brand new wrestler here in FPW.
Indeed, indeed. Tony Romano, I haven't really known much about him. I've talked to him a little bit out of the ring, and he's a great guy. And I will say, HRD, you'll love his accent. He's from Brooklyn, New York.
And oh, wait a minute. Here he comes here, introducing everyone in the FPW audience. This right here is Antonio Romano. And he's got a great look.
Indeed he does. He's got that suit, HRD. Also, have you noticed, HRD, I don't know if it's just me, but a lot of competitors lately have had suits on.
Absolutely. You know, we have Hunter, we have Tony Romano, we even have the FPW Internet Champion Jofae.
I wonder who's next now, HRD. That's going to be interesting to say. But, you know, interestingly enough, you know, Romano's theme song fits what he told me outside of the ring, HRD. He said that I'm doing this for my family. I'm doing this for the business. And, well,
And that
He
business...
seems like a very, he's a bit of a talker, I'd say, HRD.
Absolutely. Not only is he doing it for the family, like you said, but he's also doing this for the FPW business. This is going to be very interesting to see how this new competitor goes here tonight in his debut.
Indeed, I cannot wait for this. And also, speaking of which, I believe, I think there's rumors, HRD, in the couple weeks, we're going to have another debuting competitor. The name has not been released yet, but there is going to be another competitor that debuts soon. I can't wait to see who that is.
That's going to be exciting. You know, we have I believe it's Rumble of the Ages coming up soon. You know, I'm not sure if Big Wig is allowing me to...
Rumble of the Ages! Yes, he has, HRD! We are officially first announcing it to all of you, the FPW universe. The next special event is Rumble of the Ages, and I cannot wait. That's what, 3 weeks from now? Oh my God.
I believe it is. And, you know, with the Rumble of the Ages match, we're destined to have brand new competitors. And hold on just a second here. We're going to have a show of respect here from Tim Gainey.
Show of respect from Tim Gainey.
Oh, wait a minute.
That was deserved. That was deserved.
And look at that. Romano means business right here. You know, Gainey tried to do some disrespect to this new competitor. And here we go. Oh,
and Gainey did not like that. Wow. And now Gainey popping off.
Gainey not taking that return of disrespect back lightly here. Look at Tim Gainey with the offense right here. This is what he's been on as of recently with his hot streak. He's all about offense in that ring.
Indeed. And Tim Gainey, great offensive maneuvers. We've talked about this before. Tim Gainey is all about strength in his legs. It looked like he was trying to counter, but Romano counters. And now Romano.
Wow.
What a move.
That was an incredible move by Antonio Romano. We're going to take a look at that again. Was that some kind of German? I think that was a German suplex or something. That was really unique offense right there.
Oh, yeah, using the ropes. Wow, that was actually incredible. I like that.
And he's using the ropes once again. I guess he's a very strategic competitor here in FPW. This Tony Romano kid right here.
Indeed, it does right there. He was using, I believe he did a half and half suplex.
And whoa, look at that right
really
there.
Nice. Look at that.
What a submission hold.
Offense.
Great submission hold there by Romano. You know, Gainey not tapping out. He's quite fresh here. And look at this, another
half and half suplex. Wow.
Incredible. You know, I'm surprised Romano's hat's not falling off after all this incredible offense he's been doing. You know, same with Gainey as well.
I mean, Gainey's always had that cap, but I'm kind of digging Romano's hat. Not gonna lie.
Oh, absolutely. And, you know, have you had a chance to speak to Romano yet? You know, has he told you? Has he told anyone? You know, I know he's doing this for family and business, but what do you think his goal here is in FPW?
Wait a minute! Roundhouse kick! Wow, what a move! A roundhouse out of nowhere from Gainey. Is that enough?
That could be it right here. And
no, kick out. Yeah, no, let's look at this roundhouse kick again. Boom! Beautiful move there by Gainey. But yeah, no, back to what you said. I haven't really talked to him much about what his agenda is here. I mean, I assume just like any other competitor to get recognized and maybe even like win the belt. I don't know though. With Romano, he was being a little mysterious there, and he said, "One day at a time, huh? One day at a time." So.
Oh, wait a minute! Let's hear Romano trying to go for something big right there, I believe, but Gainey gets out of it. And what does Gainey have playing right here? He's gonna send Romano right here. Oh, look at that!
Now Gainey going for a move there. Romano counters.
Nice counter there from Romano. Look at this Romano here.
Oh, and Gainey again with another offensive maneuver. Romano jabbing Gainey. Gainey punches back, kicks the leg. Another roundhouse. Wow.
That could be it there for Romano. And that is
wow. Gainey capitalizing on Romano at the end there. That was amazing.
Gainey continuing his hot streak as of late here in FPW, defeating the debuting Romano. You know Romano's not feeling good about this. He's not off to the best start here in FPW.
I don't know. Well, I mean, wait a minute. What the? Oh no! What the? Where's he at? Where's he at?
Oh, this is not good, Gainey. You got to get out of there, Gainey.
Oh my God! I heard the Shepherd's laugh, HRD!
You know, we heard the Shepherd a couple weeks ago. He was talking about a new sheep or new
That
person.
was last week.
Yeah.
You know, you ought to thank me for last week, big boy.
That right? And why's that?
Because I gave you a moment, a little taste of the spotlight. Well, let's be real. You didn't win. You got lucky.
Luck? That what you tell yourself so you can sleep at night at the farm? Because from where I'm standing, you got tenderized, oh holy fried one.
You survived, Ray. Big difference. Next time, you won't be walking away. You hear me? You won't.
And Big Bray shattering the ego of Archangel, I think. You know, I thought
Tenderized, holy and fried one.
hey, that bird is not well liked right here. Oh, wait a minute. What do we got going on right here? Oh, it's Chris Punk, ladies and gentlemen.
We're going into one-on-one action. I'm sorry. I did not expect Big Bray to sound like that, not let alone completely shatter Archangel's ego there. After he said that, HRD, he paused for a second.
You know, Big Bray, you know, I thought he was going to sound intimidating, but, you know, he kind of sounds like a teddy bear in a way. he seems like a very likable guy.
Yeah, no, like I want to give him a hug, right?
I don't want to get a bear hug from him because that could end in a one lethal drop from Big Bray, but he seems like a great guy. Anyways, we have Chris Punk right here, 1/3 of Cruise Control here. He's in solo action right here tonight.
Indeed, and speaking of Chris Punk, let's go back to the Shepherd laughing at Tim Gainey, HRD. Do you think maybe Tim Gainey is that lost sheep he was talking about?
I'm not sure. You know, like I said, we heard the Shepherd, I believe it was a week or two ago, talking about...
It was last week, yeah.
Last week, absolutely, it says. Be very interesting to see. I'm glad Gainey was able to get out of there, because I was a little concerned for Gainey right here.
Yeah, no, indeed. I don't know what that was, but I guess time will tell in the next few weeks. But anyways, here comes La Puma. 1/half of the Luchadors. We have not seen them in action. El Leon is out sick right now, HRD, and La Puma is also coming down with a little bit of something as well. That sickness that, you know, knocked me and you out seems to have been going around the roster a bit.
Yes, absolutely. Hopefully everyone's affected gets well soon. You know, we have, like you said, we have not seen either of these luchadors in action here in FPW, so it's going to be very exciting to see some high-flying lucha libre action here at FPW. It's going to be phenomenal.
Indeed, Chris Punk, La Puma facing each other, and wow, this is going to be good. Two high flyers going at it. Let's get started.
And, oh, wow, there's some offense off the way from La Puma here. You know, I want to go back to Chris Punk because, you know, he is, I would say he is an underrated high flyer right here. You know, whenever I see Chris Punk, I usually don't think of some high flying offense coming from this guy. But some of the high flying, just like that right there, is very impressive high flying offense here for Chris Punk.
Indeed. Chris Punk, very impressive individual. Him and Christopher are a little neck and neck. You know, he's not quite as much of a high flyer as the homeboy, but at the same time, he is definitely up there. Chris Punk using tactics like high-flying maneuvers, technical submissions and such, and all sorts of things like that. Very, very impressive individual. And now look at La Puma.
Oh, look at this right here.
Oh, the springboard stunner, vintage Puma there.
That was great right there. You know, I want to go back to Chris Punk. I would say he's on a higher level than Christopher. You know, we saw those two competitors fight in the FPW World Championship Tournament, and he was able to beat Christopher.
Indeed, he did. Indeed, he did, but I would say they're still pretty neck and neck, HRD. It's very, very close. I would love to see them go at each other again in the future.
Absolutely.
Last week, Cruise Control went up against Burton and Christopher, and Cruise Control knocked out the win, but I haven't really seen Chris Punk and Christopher fight since the tournament. I'd love to see that again.
Absolutely. You know, despite Chris Punk beating Christopher in the tournament, Christopher was the one that was advancing due to what was going on with the Shepherd.
Indeed, the Shepherd targeting Chris Punk, taking credit for the backstage assault from Bandit on week 3, I believe it was. And
absolutely.
Ever since then, the Shepherd said it was only the beginning. And now it seems he's targeting Tim Gainey for some reason, HRD.
As for what that
reason,
reason,
look at that! Wow! Chris Punk. Incredible high-flying maneuvers there.
And look at this right
and
here.
Look at this.
Whoa.
Going for a moving Puma with a nice counter.
We're going to take a look at that again, ladies and gentlemen, on our replay. Look at that. Wow.
Boom. Wow. That was absolutely incredible there. Great move from Chris Punk.
Absolutely great high-flying offense from the dude, Chris Punk. You know, we saw Chris Punk backstage last week. You know, Chris Punk, he said he slept like a baby, man. His words and mine.
Indeed he did. It seems the Shepherd's no longer targeting Chris Punk. Well, it seems he has his sights on Gainey, as we said. So Chris Punk may be in the clear for now, but you know, he better watch what he does.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm pretty sure he's in the clear, you know. Not only has he been
this
tag teaming with his
Punk.
brother, Johnny Cruz, but we saw Benjamin Sky, a former competitor to Sakamoto, align himself with these two. So it's going to be very interesting to see how Cruise Control does here in FBW.
Indeed, I was about to say, even if the Shepherd decides to target Chris Punk, I think that would even be a bad idea because it's a 3-on-1 now. It's not just Johnny Cruz. He would have to worry about Benjamin Sky, one of the best rookie breakouts that FPW's had, I'd say, besides Godsay.
Absolutely, and of course our current champion Sakamoto. Of course.
Oh,
and wow, look at that right here.
Beautiful.
You know,
and yes, of course, the champion. You can't forget Sakamoto.
You know, I don't want to defeat my commentary too much from this axe right here because this match has been absolutely incredible. But so much has happened here in FPW with Chris Punk, Johnny Cruz, and everyone that's involved with that saga. You know, it's a lot.
Oh, indeed, indeed. And it doesn't seem like there's signs of stopping. I mean, yeah, sure, the Shepherd may be behind them, but what's next for Cruise Control? Especially Hard Gainer. Remember, Hard Gainer warned Johnny Cruz before about that. So it seems like Chris Punk and, well, Cruise Control, I'd say, have to worry about Hard Gainer and whoever his friends are.
Absolutely. Very curious to see who Hard Gainer's friends
into the
here.
Barricade there.
You know, Punk reset the count right here, and look at this. They're both competitors get back in the ring, and look at Chris Punk. Gonna send La Puma into the ropes. Oh, it's gonna go under.
Look at this, ducks under, jumps over.
And,
Chris Punk, nice drop kick there, and going for a clothesline. Puma counters, and the rope slings Chris Punk back, I'd say.
Wow! I think Chris Punk was going for something, but La Puma dodged it, and that's for that clothesline. I believe he's trying to clothesline La Puma back out of the ring. And look at this right here.
And now using the ropes again on the Luchador. Cover from Chris Punk to La Puma.
Could this be it for La Puma?
And a kick out.
Puma kicking out right here. What does Chris Punk have right here? And a
nice drop kick to the back.
Wow. And here we go, Chris Punk.
Now, getting him up. Enziguri right across the face of La Puma. La Puma's trying to collect himself here. But wait a minute. I think he's right where Chris Punk wanted him. Chris Punk now.
And wait a
La
minute.
Puma's dazed. He's
dazed. Here we go.
Hurricane Rana.
And that could be it right here for La Puma.
Yes, it is. Wow, Chris Punk. What a win.
What a big win right here for Chris Punk. Oh my goodness. The Cruise Control on a roll here in FPW.
Indeed, indeed. And now look at Chris Punk. He has a very devious smirk, I'd say. Very mischievous.
Look at that right there. He's just happy that he's taking it.
No, don't do it. No, he's got a chair, HRD. He's got a chair. No.
Oh, no. This isn't looking. Wait a minute. Who's that? Is that?
Wait, is that Gator?
Is that? I think that's Gator. What the heck?
Oh, my God.
And now he's assaulting Chris Punk. He has a chair right here. And Hard Gator, I did not see Hard Gator look like this. This is a different Hard Gator. What?
I'm throwing him into the barricade there. What the heck?
And I believe Chris Punk was trying to go for an assault on La Puma. La Puma getting out of there, but Hard Gator here in the ring. And look at Hard Gator.
Now Hard Gator, remember HRD? He warned Johnny Cruz.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Chris Punk trying to fight back here, but he's calling for someone right here. I don't know who he's trying to call it. Wait a minute, who's that?
What the?
Wait a minute, that's King Peak?
King Peak? Hard Gator?
Is that Mota? I think that's Mota. Oh my goodness, they're just laying the salt on Chris Punk. What is this? What is going on?
What the? What was that?
I believe that if that's Hard Gainer's friends, you know, he's got some great friends. That was a really...
What?
Hey, wait, are you alright?
Last week you seemed a bit out of it. Look, you can talk to me, all right? You don't have to hide anything. What's going on?
Es nada, ¿ok? Nada. Con permiso. Necesito ir a comer.
Oh, wow. Oh my God. Okay, so much has happened.
You know,
Alright,
I want to go back to the assault that we just saw from Hard Gainer, Muta, and King Pete.
Yeah.
Hard Gainer warned Chris Punk, or not Chris Punk, Johnny Cruz, and it seems like he has filled that word right there, bringing them.
What was it? What was it? Quote. Stay in line. Final warning. I guess he meant no more assaults, HRD. And guess what? Chris Punk may have gone after La Puma from the bidding of his brother, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
But Hard Gainer, Muta, and King Pete taught him a lesson.
Absolutely. And you know, I don't want to disregard, you know, the interaction that we just saw between Burton and Jonathan. You know, we've been seeing Burton trying to, you know, to have communication with Jonathan, but it seems like Jonathan has nothing to do with any of this. It's very interesting to see why that could be the case.
This started, I don't know what it is, HRD. This started last week before Jonathan's match against Muta in the steel cage match. And Burton was wishing him luck, and Jonathan just walked to the ring. At first, I was like, okay, maybe he's just locked in, as Burton would say. But now, it seems he's maybe upset at Burton over something. That was, like, I don't, you know, I can roughly translate what it's saying in Spanish here, but I think he said he wanted, you know, it was nothing to worry about, that he was going to go eat and to get out of his way or something like that. But anyways,
sure
Burton clearly a bit distracted here. That's interesting, but I don't know. It's the FPW, a place where you can have friends, allies, factions, and, you know, sometimes enemies. And, you know, I would hate to see Burton and Jonathan become enemies. I mean, Burton talked about how much he and Jonathan were close when they were younger.
Absolutely. And, you know, these two clearly have a deep personal history with one another. Very curious to see what kind of tension is going on. What possibly could have caused this tension between these two competitors?
Yeah, no, I don't know. I mean, I hope it gets resolved. I mean, not saying anything, you know, that when you have problems, I mean, me and you, HRD, have had problems, but we talk through it and we work it out. I'm hoping Burton and Jonathan can work it out, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, not only is this a business about talking, but, you know, if they can't talk things out, then maybe they will have to settle the score in the ring. You know, I'm not sure if that's what they want to do per se, but if it comes down to it, then they you know, that's what that ring right there is for, to settle things that need to be settled here.
Indeed, and here we go, and we meant to say this earlier, but if you are new to FPW, a lot has happened already tonight, HRD.
This is absolutely.
So we kind of got distracted, but if you're new to FPW and the channel, you like what you see, make sure to hit a like on the video and subscribe. We gained 100 subscribers officially last week, I believe it was, wasn't it, HRD?
I believe so. It was after Heartbreak Havoc, and we couldn't have done it without all of you. You know, we keep on growing. You know, I also want to mention the social media pages, whether it is X, formerly known as Twitter, or Instagram, at WeAreFPW is where we're at. And, you know, I want to make something clear. As for the TikTok, if you try to go to it, it says that it's not there. We're currently trying to figure out what's going on with that page right now, but once it is up, there will be content on that page.
Indeed, indeed, and look at this. As we were talking, so much happened in the
Absolutely.
match. Counter after counter. Burton and Christopher going at it.
Back and forth action between these two competitors right here. And look at Christopher right here. Showing way. He is one of the best high flyers. You know, you said this earlier tonight.
Oh, now look at that. Oh, wow.
Oh.
That core strength from Christopher hitting a German suplex. Let's see that one more time.
You see the way he
look
hit the
at
rope
this angle.
right there. Look at that.
Oh, wow.
You see the way that Burton hit the rope right there. Wow.
Yeah, I don't know. Lately, it seems like German suplexes has become a bit more dangerous. Last week, Dragon going for a cover. Christopher kick out before he even won. But last week, Dragon, unfortunately, getting injured against the match against Godsey. And now Dragon, as a result for that, is going to be out for a month now. It seems like he had a bit of a major concussion there, so he's recovering at home. Oh, and look at this. Oh my God, like an inverted homeboy slam that looked like HRD.
And that could be enough for Samuel Burton.
Oh, no. Wow.
Burton kicking out. Wow. this has been a great, fast-paced match between these two competitors right here.
Indeed, indeed. Burton hitting a DDT. Let's look at that homeboy, that inverted homeboy slam there. Boom. Wow.
Incredible offense here from Christopher. Incredible offense here from Burton now. Burton turning the pace in this match in his favor right here. Oh, wait a minute.
Cover
He's going to try to...
Christopher Burton.
Oh,
Kick out.
Christopher. Wow, kicking out at one right here. Both competitors still relatively fresh here in this match here. Oh, wait a minute.
Now
Burton
looking to fly, and yes, he does. A
wow.
tope con hilo. Wow.
Oh, that was
what
incredible.
a move that was. And now Burton following up with a wicked clothesline there.
Oh,
wow.
we don't see Burton do a lot of high flying like that. That was incredible there from Burton. Wow.
I know Burton usually being a striker, but he showed a bit of some agility. Maybe using some agility against Christopher, who is one of the most agile competitors on FPW right now.
Absolutely.
Burton countered. Slanging him on that hard padding. I know there's padding, but like that is not soft at all.
Putting him in the stars, as you could say right here. Quite literally. Oh,
making him see stars for sure.
Quite literally.
Burton, nice springboard there. And now Burton picking up Christopher.
Oh,
wait a minute, now just kicking the face of Christopher, probably trying to soften that a bit. Burton, incredible strength in his legs there.
Oh, look at this. What's the homeboy Christopher have right here?
Wait a minute. Christopher on the top.
Oh,
rope
wow.
arm drag there. Wow.
That was incredible right there for Christopher. And now he's got Burton
and now
here.
Christopher elbow right to the face.
I want to say something about this Christopher competitor right here. We saw him pull off a major upset a while ago, defeating the at the time #1 contender for the World Championship, Benjamin Sky, in a match.
Indeed, and you would think that... Oh, wait a minute! Burton with a nice kick to Christopher from the rope! An enziguri! Wow!
Oh, that was a close one right there.
Oh, wait a minute. Burton looking to end it, maybe. Oh, there's the kick.
Oh, wait a minute right here.
Oh, right in the lights out. I think that's it.
I think that's enough here for Christopher. And here is it enough? No! Oh, my goodness. It is not lights out for Christopher quite yet. I thought it was right here. Look at that. Boom! I thought that was it right there.
Move. Yeah, I did too. Christopher, he's definitely groggy, though. You can tell when he moves right there. He's very, very slow at the moment. That definitely rung his bells for sure.
Absolutely. Ever since that big win over Benjamin Sky, he seems like he's been logged in. And,
ooh, nice elbow
I don't want to steal
drop,
Burton's catchphrase. Nice forearm right there from Burton.
Yeah, forearm, exactly.
Oh,
and
wait
now
a minute.
Burton's heating up.
Oh, man.
Ducks under.
Oh, look at that. Oh,
Burton, nice comeback there. And now I think he's got Christopher right where he wants him.
Showing some electricity right here. This offense.
It's a enziguri. Oh, Christopher's days, but Burton's
wait
not
a minute
done
right
yet.
here. And
Burton with the kick.
Oh,
and then boom!
Lights out again!
Out! Cover! 1, 2, 3.
Wow! What a match right there from Burton. What great resilience from the homeboy Christopher right there. He took 2 lights out in order for him to be taken back.
I don't think anyone's ever done that either, HRD. Wow, he's a first.
Absolutely incredible competitor that Christopher is, but also an incredible competitor our winner Burton is right here. You're looking to get his mojo back on, but despite him being distracted by these interactions with Jonathan, he was able to get the win against the homeboy here tonight.
Indeed, he was definitely able to lock in there, and wow, what a match that was, I will say. And wow, Christopher can't be upset at that. He fought well. It was very, very well fought there. And anyways, I think it's time, unfortunately, HRD. It's time for the supposed internet sensation.
Not only is he the internet sensation, but he is the internet champion. I kind of want to reframe my point last week. This man probably the most hated competitor in FPW, but I gotta say it once again. Some of the stuff that he's saying is making sense. To me at least. I don't know if it's just me being delusional.
He's disrespectful. He's being disrespectful to Beyonce's fiance. He brought her in on it, and there was no reason for that. Now wait a minute. What's that behind him? Craig. What?
Says Craig
Sure
right
this
there.
is what it says, Byron. Okay.
Hey, there's a competitor, someone in a suit behind him.
Another
I guess they-
suit? Oh my
no.
goodness! How many more suits are we gonna see? Oh wait a minute.
There
Do
he
you think
is.
maybe he's part of security, HRD?
He looks like a security. This competitor is inhuman, I would say.
Like, what is this, HRD? What is he, the Secret Service?
I guess that makes Jofae the president. He would claim to be the president in his own words. But, like I said,
no.
I
He ain't
don't
no
think
president. He's a crook. He's a disrespectful asshole.
Here's the thing, here. For Jofae right here, I don't appreciate that he was trying to make things personal with God's sake, bringing his fiance into this. But, all the words that he's been saying about this God's-sake competitor, it makes sense. He is the internet sensation. He is the one with the most subscribers. He's bringing in an audience here to FPW that may not even be familiar with FPW. And, people don't even know who Godsay is outside of FPW.
Yeah, no, they do. Yeah, they do. What are you talking about? No, that's just Jofae talking. He is the FPW sensation, and the FPW universe can prove it, HRD. Every single time Godsey comes out, they go crazy. But anyways, let's hear what he's got to say.
Ladies and gentlemen of FPW, I am here and I am still your FPW Internet Champion. And I'll be completely honest, it feels better than ever. Last week, I got on stage and confessed that after defeating Godsey, I've realized that I just can't trust anyone in FPW anymore. Not the wrestlers, not the commentators. I've heard what Agent Shields and Hunter have been saying about me, and I'll be completely honest, I don't appreciate it. So I don't trust them, and I've found lately that at times, I can't even trust the fans.
What did we do?
See, you're illustrating my point. What kind of audience cheers an average Joe when he's losing fatal four-ways and struggling to leave his mark, but starts booing him the second he wins a title? That's so backwards. I don't get it. FPW fans should know how to cheer on a champion. And ladies and gentlemen, I am that champion. So back to the wrestlers. I don't trust them. And last week I saw something that made me trust them even less. Godsey had a match with Dragon, and I actually thought it was a very good match. I thought Godsey might have finally been crawling back from the muck of his failure and defeat against myself. And if you guys remember, at the end of the match, Godsey lost, which was no surprise to me. But what was a surprise to me was what Godsey did afterwards. I've known Godsey for a little while, and I know he can be petty, but guys, I had no idea that he was capable of stooping this low. After losing to Dragon, who is a great competitor, Godsey injured him with a concussion that left him on all fours on the mat. And what we found out later that night, because of his injury at the hands of Godsey, we won't be seeing Dragon for a month now. I'll be honest, I feel bad for Dragon. He's a great wrestler. He didn't deserve this. But Godsey? Let me tell you something, Godsey. Everyone loses sometimes. It's okay to lose. Even I've lost before. But when you lose, do you have to be so petty that you injure your competitors for the next month? I'd like to hear you guys out there who love Godsey cheer for him right now.
Yeah, they'll keep cheering him. Suck it.
Here's what I thought. Those of you who are still cheering for him, you're clueless. So I've realized you can't trust anyone in FPW, and definitely not wrestlers that resort to revenge after a fair loss. So last week, I made a promise that I would be introducing my own security team to keep pathetic losers from attempting to injure me and steal my title. And ladies and gentlemen, I could not be prouder to introduce the first member of my family here at FPW, Craig.
What the heck is that?
Craig is a sensation all within himself. He is champion material, unbreakable, and unwavering in resolve. He doesn't need me to be great. but he's chosen to stand by my side, by the side of a champion. And for that, Craig, welcome to FPW. Craig, I give you full permission. If anyone like Godsey so much as gives me a side eye, take that skull of theirs and drive it into the mat. Because I'm done tolerating losers and failures in this company. I am here to accomplish something great. And like Craig, you can either become a part of it, or you can get out of the way or face the consequences.
No, man, no. He called us out. He said that we can't be trusted. What did we do? What did we do? And also, it's HRD, not Hunter. Get your facts straight, Jofae.
You know, I get told I look like Hunter, but trust me, I am not Hunter. But you know, despite what he said about us, did I hear you laughing? Did I hear you tell the internet sensation to suck? Did I hear you tell the internet sensation to suck it?
I did, yes.
And there's Godsey right there. He seems like he's picking up some kind of phone call right here.
Hello?
That Jofae sitting there talking all that smack about me, and he brings you into it. The hell is that all about? I'm telling you. And you know what? He's gonna talk smack about me with a name like Jofae. Jofae, that sounds so.
Hey! You're gonna listen to me for a minute, okay? You're just spouting words. You're just spouting all that huster and bluster because he's got nothing else to fall on. I've seen his channel. He hasn't posted anything in 7 months. While you had a show what? Oh, right, the day before my birthday. And you remember you had all those people giving you standing ovations wishing you'd come back to play more music? But you said, no, you had to come back and do this, and now they're watching FPW right now cheering you on. He's nothing, okay? You are the sensation of FPW. Everyone loves you. But I'm the only one who gets to stay with you. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
So just ignore. It's all going to fall over like dominoes.
You got it, babe.
Jofae hasn't posted anything in 7 months. Yeah, you call that an internet sensation, HRD? You call that internet sensation? Nah. I love Marie. I love
that was
Godsey.
absolutely, you know,
Great.
I don't want to sound too impartial, but you know, that was an incredible statement right there.
Yeah, what do you got to say about that, Mr. Internet Sensation? Get a load of that.
Oh my
Anyways,
goodness.
We are now in the main event. Benjamin Sky set to go one-on-one against Muta and HRD. If you remember in the tournament, Benjamin Sky kind of destroyed Muta in that one. A very surprising match. A bit of a controversial match to some people, HRD.
Absolutely, and here he's accompanied by Johnny Cruz here. If in case you're wondering why Chris Punk is not here, you know, we saw Chris Punk get assaulted by Hard Gainer, Muta, and King Pink, so he's not out here tonight, but we still have Johnny Cruz by Benjamin Sky's side here. So we have 2/3 of damage control. Cruise control.
I don't know who you're talking about.
I'm not sure. I think I got my.
Oh, wait a minute.
Who's
What
this?
Who the heck is this? What?
This is a Muta.
Oh, this ain't.
Is this Bandit?
No, Bandit had a different theme song. This is different.
Yeah. Wait a minute. That's Hard Gainer. You know, we saw him earlier with this interesting look here. And
wait a minute.
He's here.
Oh,
wait a minute. There is Muta. There's
Muta.
King Pink.
King Pink. Muta is not alone tonight.
Oh, my goodness.
They have a name? What do they call him?
Oh.
Auntie Villano.
Auntie Villano right here. You know, I guess this is Hard Gainer and his friends. You know, he was talking about, you know, as I said, we saw these three earlier tonight take out the other member of Cruise Control, Chris Punk here. Now they are here making an entrance as a collective unit right here. Oh, it's going to get ugly real fast on the outside of the ring.
Oh, I honestly don't blame them. I mean, if Chris Punk could assault La Puma, if Muta went in by himself, no doubt about it, Benjamin Sky and Johnny Cruz probably would have tried to take him out.
Absolutely. Hard Gainer directing traffic, sending these two into the ring right here. It seems like Hard Gainer just directing these two competitors right here. You know,
Indeed, he did say they were friends, and also look at that a little bit of a new look for King Peak as well. That black helmet, and Muta for that matter.
Absolutely.
You know,
all three of these competitors have a brand new look. As a matter of fact,
and I kind of dig it actually. That's intriguing.
Absolutely, very, very unique looks here for these competitors. You know, here we are. We at the main event. There's Benjamin Sky. There is the Dark Muta, as I like to call it, and here we go.
Instead of the Silent Enigma, the Dark Enigma, or something like that.
The anti-dark, anti-Viano, whatever you want to call it. Muta here still showing. No matter what color he could wear any kind of color. He is showing what kind of competitor he is in that ring right here against Benjamin Scott.
Look at
wow! Hard
was that
Gainer.
like a backstabber in the corner? Wow, that was
incredible.
That was really good. I don't think I've ever seen Muta hit that before. Bit of a new move set.
Showing his aggression right here. With this Dark Muta showing some aggression right here with that back break.
Indeed, and look at Hard Gainer and King Peak looking on. Johnny Cruz occasionally giving them a bit of look. Johnny Cruz knows that they gotta be careful here, especially if they are outnumbered.
Oh, look at that move right there from Muta. You know, we've seen Muta do that quite many times right here. Look at those fish strikes right there. You know, it's not looking good for Benjamin Sky here.
I was gonna say, it's been all Muta, and wait a minute, Muta.
And, wait a minute, shout out Hard Gainer right there. No pain, no gain. Hard Gainer right there watching.
Hard Gainer hasn't really nailed that version of it lately on FPW, but he has nailed it before. Benjamin Sky finally countering a bit.
Yeah,
but right now, it's no secret. It's been all Muta this round.
Absolutely. A clear differentiation between the last time these two met in the FPW championship tournament there.
Indeed, Benjamin Sky had most of the control.
Wait a minute,
Muta already looking to end it. What?
And
silent treatment. Wow, is that it?
That could be it right here. That could end Benjamin Sky very quickly. And
no, it's not it. But I want to see that silent treatment one more time. Look at that, the kick to the kneecap, and then straight using the knee. Boom!
Wow.
Very brutal move, deadly move. Well, I wouldn't say deadly, but you know, deadly in a pinfall match. And wait a minute, Muta again! What?
And he's gonna hit it
one more. What is this?
Wow! He just hit it again. Oh, wait a minute. Johnny Cruz trying to distract the referee here. And wait a minute. Look at Johnny Cruz.
Benjamin Sky finally countering, and now Benjamin Sky looking to end it.
And did you see that? Johnny Cruz just removed the padding on the turnbuckle in that corner right there.
Indeed, I did see that. I don't know what he was planning on doing there. Johnny Cruz maybe looking to
take advantage of that. Wait a minute, the official just noticed that here. I guess Benjamin Sky really can't take advantage of that. Oh, wait a minute. Sending them right close to Hard Gainer and King Peak right here. And Muta quickly recovering.
Indeed, now Muta getting in the ring. Wait a minute, Benjamin Sky now catching him. And look at this, the midnight drop.
Oh, wow. And he's trying to
people away. I believe he put who was it away? No, not UKJ. He put someone away in the tournament that caused him to advance to the fatal four-way.
It was Muta.
Or excuse me, advance. Oh yeah, it was Muta. No. I'm talking about the fatal four-way later.
I believe it was.
Oh, it was Godsey.
Yeah,
that's who it was. Yep. And look at that, the midnight drop. Beautiful move.
Incredible move.
Lately we've seen Benjamin Sky.
Oh, wait a minute. Got a little confrontation. Hold on. We got a confrontation with Gainer and Sky right here. And,
there's a jab from Muta
taking advantage of that.
And a Muta with a counter. There's a drop kick.
Kicking the ropes right here. Look at this Muta. Oh, vicious chop right there.
Oh, look at this now, using the ropes, and Benjamin Sky temporarily had a bit of an advantage, but Muta's quickly taken over again. And now look at this, Hurricane Rana. Oh, Benjamin Sky, he's not moving, HRD.
Oh, whoa, wait a minute.
No, Muta.
Removing that same pad that Johnny Cruz removed
he shook
earlier.
His head. Muta shook his head. I think he's trying to end it, HRD. Look at this.
Oh, wait a minute.
On the third.
Wow.
Silent treatment.
Oh, my goodness. And that could be enough here for Benjamin Sky, and it is. Wow. That was just pure dominance right there from Muta. This is a new Muta without a shadow of a doubt. And now that he has friends alongside Gainer, look at Gainer just clapping. This is a dangerous hitter right here.
And Johnny Cruz looking on in a bit of shock. Oh my God, HRD. Wow,
Wait,
what
Gainey.
what a main event. That was absolutely insane.
Absolutely.
I don't know what to
We
think
had-
about that. That was a lot. Antiviano, Burton's drama. I don't know what to say.
And
But
we
anyways,
had Romano. We had it all here. You know, we had Greg even.
indeed. But thank you all for tuning in. We will see you all next week on FPW.